David Lammy on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
We're talking about dementia as the Hollywood actor Bruce Willis reveals that his family reveals that he's been diagnosed with the illness. If you have dementia, I want to hear about your experience, or if you're living with someone, caring for someone, the huge costs of care, the huge worry and anxiety, but also the solutions, the positive that you can support others who might be listening with. Please call me on 0345 6060 973. Alison in Manchester. Alison, thank you for calling in.
Hi, good afternoon, David.
Good afternoon. What's your view, Alison?
Yeah, my view. So basically, my mum was diagnosed in 2016 with Alzheimer's. She'll be 82 next month. And it has been quite a journey from that date to today. There's 3 siblings, my brother and my sister, myself. Mum lives at home. We all work full-time, and we also are full-time carers. So I think to share...
How do you do that? How are you all able to work full-time and be carers at the same time, Alison? How does that work?
Well, how it works, I know it's an interesting question. So my sister and I do almost like a week on, week off. So we work our jobs. My personal job is working from home, but I also do conferences and events. So my sister steps in when I'm actually on the road working. And then my brother has a building company, and he helps out where it's like a roster that we have, basically. So it can, we just have to all pull together and support each other, and for the greater good, because obviously, our thing is that, Mum looked after us when we were all growing up as children. So this is our time to do what we can. It can be quite difficult in parts. It can actually be quite lonely as well. And one thing that I certainly
explain
learned,
that loneliness. What do you mean by that?
Now, Mum, with all due respect to Mum, her ability to have a full conversation isn't there anymore. We've actually learned a lot about the illness, that you do have to have a lot of love and a lot of patience. But as it progresses, her ability to actually, if you ask a question, she might answer yes, even when the answer might be no. But it's just that ability. And what I've also learned with dementia is that it's almost like when you speak to somebody with dementia, it's almost like the words, it's like a different language. And at first I thought, is it my mum's hearing that's going? But actually it's her ability, the words, the everyday words that we've used. I'm 51, that I've used for 51 years. My mum just doesn't quite understand as she used to. So I think it's that understanding, as the professor mentioned before, and the knowledge that really helps families to understand the disease, basically.
What's your advice to listeners who are getting the diagnosis?
Yeah, I think certainly, as you mentioned, David, be positive. And I certainly reach out to groups. So in Manchester, my mum goes to an Age UK group 3 days a week, which she really enjoys. We also go, there's a charity called Together Dementia Support that do great sessions and days where mums, they have music. Music's really, really important. Connects people back to when they were in their earlier years in their lives. And really just try and embrace together. And one important thing, David, is we actually organise the power of attorneys, which is really important. So the legal side of things, certainly from
some
a
complexity
finance
there, but yes.
Sorry,
there's probably a bit of complexity there, but the ability to actually deal with your mum's affairs is very important.
Well, also from the financial side of things, but also the health side of things. So as people, even now, when we take mum for appointments, we're acting on her behalf. We took that health appointment because my mum she doesn't have the capacity to make those decisions.
I remember taking the mental capacity bill through Parliament many, many years ago to give people the opportunity to deal with these issues. And it's, it's very interesting to hear you raising these as issues all these years later.
Yeah, no, it's really, really important. And I think, certainly from a carer's perspective, it's reaching out because there's so many other people that are caring, and that loneliness, like, for example, with Together Dementia Support, we have a WhatsApp group, there's weekly calls, they have afternoon days where you have massages for carers. You can go and just really feel that, the work that you're doing, the care that you're giving is actually so beneficial for your loved ones, for family and friends. But I think the main thing is the knowledge about it. It does feel like it's quite scary. I mean, it's brilliant that Bruce Willis is, he's come out, and it will receive a lot more attention. But I think it's just reaching out to the groups, to the charities, to local authorities to see exactly what you're entitled to, what can help. And yeah, so I hope that's helped. If it's helped one
very,
family
very
member
I'm sure
in the country, then that's great.
I'm sure there are people listening who'll take great comfort from that. Alison, thank you so much for calling in and sharing that with us.